Hey, what's up, Goofy Goobers? Welcome back to the Gamer Update. Thanks to all of you guys who've been subscribing, leaving comments. We got a great one. FaZe Banks on the Bradley Martin podcast. Feel free to check it out. A great conversation, but he talks about, in a whole, the downfall of FaZe, the ups and downs they've been through over the past few years. And I thought you guys would want to hear it from FaZe Banks himself, because he's been talking a lot, but not too many interviews on what exactly went down with FaZe Clan behind the scenes. He talks about his shares being robbed. He talks about all of these FaZe Clan original members just being young guys who came into a thing that was blowing up, and then talking to what he's earlier referenced as old white guys who said they were going to make them rich. And it kind of just slowly started to go down the absolute wrong path. But here's him describing what exactly went down with FaZe Clan.
But like you've obviously had a really interesting journey with FaZe and dealing with sort of, I guess what I would call, from what I know, I don't want to speak for you, but some fraudulent, some dumb shit that's happened.
No, man, it is what it is. And like,
yeah,
I'm as transparent as can be, open book. The FaZe is as simple as this. It's a tale as old as time. We created FaZe. FaZe was created in 2010, right? That's insane. Like, it's even insane to say it out loud. It's insane.
Well, that was also one of the first. We got to give FaZe their credit where it's due. That was the first, I would say, like, group of creators who were really making this content thing a thing.
Facts. And when you I always say this. I even say this to like my new crack like crypto team. You don't really ever want to be first. First gets like they really do. Even when you look at like the first original like YouTubers who were like cracking on like an S tier level.
Yeah.
Those guys like touched a bag and touched money and touched success, but nothing compared to what the S tier Logan Pauls of the world, KSIs of the world
are the ones who came out.
You're gonna exit billionaires. You know what I mean? And like the Ray William Johnsons and the Freds and the Niga Higas, like, I mean, I'd be surprised if any of those dudes ever touched millions of dollars, let alone billions, right? So when you're first, you don't really have a blueprint to work off of. You don't have anybody to lean on to for advice. And you kind of got to like figure it out as you go, right? Like build the plane as it's flying. And it's, like I said, a tale as old as time. Me and the other founders, like young kids, all we were concerned with, all we cared about doing was making videos, around playing video games, and kind of naturally building this like insane entity in FaZe Clan, right? And you come across bad actors, and it just takes one, right? Somebody to sit down and take advantage of the fact and manipulate the fact that you don't know anything about business, legal, finance, and kind of pill you on this concept of like, you need me, you need this, you guys should do this.
I've seen this.
You know what I'm saying? You're sitting there like, you're like, well, I don't know about any of this, right? I was, 6 months ago, a broke 22-year-old nobody living in my parents' house. Yeah. And I'm still like kind of broke. Like, I don't really know how to convert this crazy fire success thing that we got going on into money. So maybe I do need like this, right? And long story short, like, I don't know, this is something that not a lot of people know about, but my shares in FaZe Clan were straight up stolen from me. Like, I didn't have my shares reissued back to me until right before we went public, because they had to, because we were about to go public. You know what I mean? So for a long stretch of time, I actually wasn't on the FaZe cap table as like an original founder.
Was that strategic on their part, or just shady? No,
it's something happened. Like, one of the first guys that came into the company, and I can't name names because I'll get sued. It's just annoying. There'll be a tell-all at some point in my life. Like, this FaZe is a movie. And I don't know how it ends yet. I'm hoping it's that, classic Disney Channel happy ending, off into the sunset. And I really think we have a real shot, but it's a movie. The first guy we ever met who, like, what I just described, you need this and you need that. We'll take you to the promised land. This is how it's done. I love you and I care about you and I just want to see you succeed. Realistically, this guy's just trying to sink his teeth in and suck everything he can out. God. That guy kind of played the whole divide and conquer game between me and the other founders. Took advantage of, like, I had this like crazy sicko mental break, and the day ones will remember it because it was documented. I was all over Snapchat during this time and tweeting out crazy, but I kind of lost my mind. I was in Europe for a little bit around
about the FaZe stuff.
Just early. This was when I was like 24. So this would have been.
Was it the girl stuff at the time?
It was a combination of things. I was spending a lot of time in Europe. my life just radically, significantly changed. Like I'd been on a plane one time in my life from 0 to 22, and now I'm flying all over Europe, and I got this dude telling me like, I'm going to help you guys get rich, and this is going to be, the next Nike, and yada, yada, yada. And like, I don't know, it's kind of zapped my out a little bit. Yeah. Took advantage of that, kind of drove a wedge between me and the original founders, and used that opportunity to write me out of the contract, out of like the cap table. And honestly, if it weren't for me saying, I'm not waiting around, and taking the leap of faith and moving to LA and doing everything that I did with Rice Gum and the Nelk Boys and Summer Rae and Alyssa, I'd probably still be in Boston right now. I'd probably be hanging by my neck off a bridge or a beam in my house. Like, seriously, like, this is you hear about, like the horror stories you hear about where like that guy helped create X, Y, and Z and got out of it, and now it's $1 billion thing, and you know what I mean, he's broke. It's like, it's really foul and up. I don't know, business.
It's just weird how some people just see money, man. And
dude, it's so creepy and weird. It's the worst. It's
because I don't get me wrong, everyone loves to make money,
of course, and like, there's no issue with that.
When you take something that was like of someone's like true heart, and like they built something that's so special, because FaZe was special not just because it was like a gaming thing. It was special because it was a real community. Yeah. Like it was people who were all kind of like, yo, we love this. And you guys as creators all are like created that atmosphere. That person comes in, sees the connection to this, money essentially. And they just see it as just dollar signs instead of like people. And they're just like, oh, I can make a ton of money.
Absolutely. And it's beyond, dude. It's beyond. And like, that's kind of what my mission is, not only for my own life, but for FaZe as a community and as a company. Like, I want to help people never make the same mistakes that I made. I want to guide young talent, promising talent. I've always been really good at spotting talent early.
And at the end, they're saying he wants like a Disney Channel movie. He wants a fairy tale ending to FaZe Clan and what eventually this will be. I'm going to keep that clip and that quote. And if I say that, if you guys watch this channel frequently, FaZe Banks wants a Disney movie, fairy tale ending to the movie for FaZe Clan. Do you think of anything else? I think of the sad opposite people of someone like Tico, who has spoken on this. Maybe save that for a video playing those two clips, because ultimately FaZe Clan will not have a happy ending for everyone. That's just as sad as it may be. That's unfortunate, right? Like you grow up, you blow up, and you have upwards of 150 people at one point in FaZe Clan, and it's now going through a giant correction. Not everyone who played a part in that initial uprise will be a part of this resurrection or whatever it ends up being. But I thought it was very interesting. And he also mentions there will one day be a tell-all of what went down, because we have heard so many stories. FaZe Banks has previously mentioned how he was robbed, then his shares were reinstated. We've heard about one of the original people inside FaZe Clan. I believe his name goes by the name of Sebastian. I think the Norwegian guy who has scammed FaZe Clan early on. I'm sure there are a lot of stories inside of FaZe Clan over the past decade that we have never heard anyone speak to because of legalities or just no need to dive into it. And he does say one day there will be a tell-all, which will be interesting to hear. But that is what went down with FaZe, and FaZe are now back, but currently in a blackout stage, so we don't know what really is next. Will they make it? Will they not? We will wait and see. All right, till next time, cheers to all of you guys. Also, quick shouts back. FaZe, way back in the day, They've only sent me ever a couple of things, and one that I was very, very proud of, FaZe X Murakami. I've had this back here for so long. That was back in esports talk like 4 or 5 years ago. One of my favorite jerseys for sure from FaZe. So wishing them the best, and we'll see what happens. Till next time, take care of yourselves. I'm just repping a lot of teams right now. There's a lot of sides to play in this. We got Vitality, we got FaZe Clan, we got 100 Thieves, we got Cloud9, we got Halo, we got Team Nut, LA Gorillas, rest in peace. We got Florida Mutineers. I am a sellout for free merch. Till next time, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.